Hello, everyone. That felt really abrupt. I feel like. Wait, hold on. Wait. No, that doesn't look good at all. Sorry. I just am recognizing. Hi, everyone. I'm just recognizing that I was looking at my. See, we don't. That was just way too abrupt. Let's, see there. That's a fade. That looks so much nicer. Sorry, I was just looking at the transition between the scenes and I didn't like it. I thought it was bad. It was the wrong transition. But we're back at the right transition, so it's not awkward. Hello, Javai. Hey, Aneo. Also, wait, Aneo, I thought you weren't going to be here for another week. I thought your arrival was delayed by a week. So, DSB notes that our giveaway for today is My Time at Portia, which is an RPG, and also has noted that it is a very good game. It's a great game, so I'm excited. That is our giveaway. Also, oh, you're not in Boston. Wait, oh, in chat. Fair enough. Hey, everyone. I want to chat with you all about a lot of stuff. I'm Trooper SJP, and this is the Academic Foxhole. Hello! And we have our giveaway, which is, hey, ZKG12, how are you? Our giveaway is My Time at Portia, but I thought I'd let you know about what's up today. I started late, and I was going to start early, but I was planning on starting early so that I could sort of end stream early so I could go to a meeting, and things have changed from last Thursday to today. Many things have changed. What? The name game. Come on, everybody. I said, now let's play a game. I bet you I can make a rhyme out of anybody's name. The first letter of the name, I treat it like it wasn't there. And then a B or an F or an M will appear. And then I say bo at a B, then I say the name, then banana, fanner, and foe. And then I say the name again with an F, very plain, then a fee, fi, and a mo. And then I say the name again with an M this time, and there isn't any name that I can't rhyme. And Bargarwin, and Bargarwin, and Bargarwin, bo bung Bargarwin, banana, fanner, fo, from Bargarwin, fee, fi, mo, mum, Bargarwin. I'm Bargarwin. Oh, the name game. Come on, everybody. I said, now let's play a game. I bet you I can make a rhyme out of anybody's name. The first letter of the name, I treat it like it wasn't there. And then a B or an F or an M will appear. And then I say bo at a B, then I say the name, then banana, fanner, and foe. And then I say the name again with an F, very plain, then a fee, fi, and a mo. And then I say the name again with an M this time, and there isn't any name that I can't rhyme. Krellin, Bobellin, banana, fanner, fofelin, fee, fi, mo, melon. Krellin, the melon felon. Thank you for all those resubs. Thanks, Bargarwin, and also Krellin. Ooh, choo-choo, it's train time, mother people! The world is burning down and everyone is going to have to get a bidet. Oh, Levi, you don't even know. DC name game. Come on, everybody. So, you know, I was planning on starting all right on time, but then between last Thursday and this Thursday, things have changed, and you might be interested to know what those things are. Broadway has shut down. Yeah, well, that makes sense. So I teach at a university. I also live on campus at a university, and on Tuesday, we got an email. Tuesday was my long day, and we got an email while I was teaching that said, "Hey, professors, faculty, I was." Yeah, are those things? Krellin asked, "Are those things coronavirus?" They are, all of them. Every single one of them is like all the things. They're all coronavirus. And so we got this email, and they said, "Hey, faculty, you need to sort of think about how you would take your classes online and do classes remotely, just in case. I mean, no, just you should make a plan, just in case." And that was Tuesday morning. And I was like, oh, well, all right, I'll think about it. And then by the time it got to Tuesday evening, we got the email saying that they were shutting the campus down. They are, so our campus is now, I need to do this. There's a thing going on that I don't like. Where is it? You can't tell the difference, but I can. So anyway, oh wow, Disneyland shut down too. First time since 9/11. Wow. So then they told us that they're shutting down the campus, but not really. So what's going to happen is that, and this was Tuesday night, right? So Tuesday night, they tell the students have to get out. We had spring break coming up next week, and so a lot of the students were planning on leaving anyway, but now they're being told, you are not going to just leave for the week. You need to take all your stuff and get out because we're shutting it down. And and then they're telling us that we've got to bring all of our classes online. So I've been sort of thinking about how to get my classes put online. I'm going to Twitch stream one of my classes is what I'm going to do, and then I'm going to do a Zoom meeting for the other one. And so putting my classes, how we put our classes online, how do we do remote teaching, and so that's been going on. DC says, yep, that was very much my work week. Monday, they were like, let's do an everyone test work from home on Wednesday. And then you're like, that's it, we're done. Yeah. And the thing is that what happened since then that it got announced is that I have been spending the last 2 days, including right now, dealing with student anxiety about this. DC says, with the option to work from home if you wanted to, we really recommend everyone work from home until further notice. Yeah. All of a sudden, yeah. And I've been dealing with my students because my students are in a state. Do you know what I mean? What? Okay, well, actually, two different things. I was doing the stream, the Witcher stream last night, and it was very difficult because I had to keep muting myself because I live in a dorm and the doorway there's a door in my office, which is right next to the hallway. We have a lot of students right now who are drunk and wild, who are like, woo, party, woo. Right, there's a lot of wooing going on, and not in like the Elizabethan way, but just like being drunk and screaming wooed in the hallways. Cause they're like, oh, like, wow, we're free. Except that, the people who live in this dorm are all sophomores, and I've got a bunch of other students who are not sophomores, specifically a bunch of seniors who are freaking out. Javai says, I do wonder if Zoom and similar well-known services have the capacity to handle this load with everything going distance-based. This is a really good question. Or if the internet on my campus can handle it, right? Empire Garwin says, that's because you live in a cesspit of disease. Should have been a Warforged. That's probably true. I should have been. I didn't know you taught it. I don't teach at a party school. I just think that people have lost their minds a little bit, Krellin. If you're doing woo-woos and waves, woo, 420 blaze it. Hey, Iffy. DSB says, it's worse for seniors because they have to do things like graduate. Yeah, right. So like our seniors are freaking out because they're like, well, wait a minute. How's this going to work? Like, what about graduation? I've got things I've got to do. So they're really stressed out. So my seniors are not feeling really good at all. And DC says, so far our work Zoom hasn't shown signs of strain yet. Oh, that's good. And then my graduate students are all stressed out because they've got a lot of stuff going on their plate. And my queer pop class, they were really not happy about losing class because they're like, this is like, for them, this class has become a community, and it was like a really important community for them. Like coming into the class twice a week was really important for them. And like, now what are we going to do? And I said, don't worry, we will continue meeting, right? We're not going to go away. So we're going to find ways to make this work. And right. I mean, there's still a lot we have to work out about assignments but for me, the thing is, one of the things that I think is really most important about an in-person class, especially one that is about kind of more difficult topics, is that you create, or even a seminar, right, that you create a community and the people get to know each other and hear each other's voices and sort of get to sort of it's not just like I read a book and now I know this stuff, but actually there's like these other elements to it, which is why I'm gonna go and Twitch stream that class, because I was thinking about how do I maintain the community that is this class, and I was like, well, Twitch is a space that facilitates community building, so I thought that maybe Twitch would be a way to go. Javai says, young adults getting out of school and probably being scared of the virus, partying and winning makes sense. That's true, Javai. DC says, do I get credit for all these classes that are essentially cut short? Yep, there's a lot of that concern also around here where Berkeley has to also close classes. Yeah, I mean, people are really worried about this. This is like the real concern. Embar Garwin says, troopers organizing underground classes beneath the noses of the authorities. No, the authorities are like, make those classes. Takerosh, how are you? Norway is going into home quarantine for most things like school, etc. for a couple of weeks. Oh, wow. Yeah. For us, it's not a couple of weeks. It's the rest of the semester. They don't even know if we're going to have graduation. So it's like 5 or 6 weeks are just like, that's it. In-person classes are important for many reasons. Oh, yeah, Iffy. And what's really interesting, too, is that but reading books is how I learn all the things. Hey, Sal. Hello, most SJP of troopers. See, like, reading books is good for some things, but there are some things that it's not as good for. For example, like, I'm pretty lucky, right? But what about those people who teach ensemble classes where, like, the jazz orchestra or the, the choir, those are, well, I'm not going to meet in person. I'm going to meet virtually in person. Yeah, art classes. Thank you, Takeroshi. Like art classes, ensembles, dance classes, any kind of lab class where you need to go and do building circuits for your engineering or biology, cell making things, right? I mean, they're just a bunch of classes where you do need to be in person for them. I mean, some that you actually just have to be in person because there's not really a good way around it. Culinary school, yes, thank you, Takaroshi, and quite remarkable fellow says lab. Iffy, no, okay, look, when I say cell making, okay, I'm going to explain what I mean. There are those like microbiology classes where you have to. Do you know what I mean? Like they do like cell things and they're like there's like science-y stuff they do with microscopes. Like you know what I mean. You know what I mean. There's like they're like, oh, we're gonna extract like literally creating life. Like we're gonna sell microbiology, sciencey stuff with microscopes. See you labs. I feel like I'm browsing a stock image site. Cell making. Tufts' classes on being a prison architect. Maybe. There's like I know biology people. They would be able to say more specifically. But like there's a thing where you get like, and you have to make cultures. Like there's like, it's like cell stuff. Javai says, books are good at stuff, not at everything. Like, books are generally fairly bad at taking part in conversations concerning a wide area of material. Yeah. DSB says, this is where Trooper's lack of knowledge of what happens in lab shows. No, look, I have a friend who's a microbiologist, and they have this whole thing where they take, like, they have to extract, it's like... Kind of enjoying, I am not an expert in all things, that is true. But it's this thing where they have to like, they take cells and they have to do like, there's like, is their last name Frankenstein? Maybe their last name is Frankenstein. Working with strains of gram negatives at home. Yeah, just do that, right? Weird Vector says, if I didn't have incredible professors who made queer theory accessible, I never would have taken anything from it. Right, like, and that's, yes, and it's that making cultures is more about psychopaths, sociologists, whatever they're called. Like, I mean, I know I have a friend who's a weird vector cell reproduction. Yes, my Gumpa was named Frankenstein. Oh, well, that's exciting. I think I am describing preparing slides, Levi. I think this is what I'm talking about, right? Because like you have to like prepare all those things so they can do their. Like you can't just do experiments. You have to like prepare all the sides and the slides and the cells beforehand, so you can then cell reproduction. So like do a mitosis all the time, Tripper. I don't need a lab for that. Or is there last name Freeze? Like I feel like there's some mad scientists that are running around doing things. Although most of our mad scientists, I think, are mad engineers. It's questionable. DC says, "Yep, you need access to a lot of equipment and potentially dangerous chemicals." Right? Yeah, you have to. Yeah, right. Takaro says you have to prepare the cell cultures to do biology or chemistry. Right. So like, there's that whole process, right, of preparing all the cell cultures that you can then do your experiments on them. The mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. So my point is, it'll be very difficult to do your interpretive dance in a choir about mitosis if you don't do explosive labs at home, right? Takaro says his name was Freeze. So I'm just saying, Freeze. Quite a remarkable fellow, says. But the lesson about my midichlorians, the better. Javai's like, I want to kind of see that dance out. Right, what you do, you have to make the cell cultures, and then you're dancing with slides, but you can't spill them, and then it's like really interpretive, and then there's like a sequence all the genomes, but you actually use like D&D gnomes for the sequencing, so you get all of these little D&D gnomes, and also the midichlorians. Like I feel like there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on there. Anyway, so today I was just dealing with all of my students having epic freakouts about class, and then you hack the mainframe, That's it. Which also, that I don't think you have to do in class. I think you could do that one at home. The genomes get bonuses to illusion magic. Sal, of course you are correct. The genomes always get bonuses to illusion magic, and also transformation spells. Like, I think they can do, like, alter self, and I think the genomes are really good at alter self, disguise self, polymorph, right? I feel like genomes would be good at that. So, like, it's transformation magic, right? Also, baby stealing spells. Oh, yeah, they're really good at that. Like, I'm just saying the genomes are good at a whole bunch of things. Maybe also, like, minor hexes. What class do we learn about the Force? I think all of the classes. So I am in this... So, okay, disguise self is an illusion. Oh, you're right, it is. Polymorph, then. What's polymorph? Polymorph. True polymorph. Yeah. Wait. Physics mostly is where you learn about the Force. DC says physics is where you learn about the Force. Mm-hmm. Javai says, I do hope some of this distant stuff sticks around long term for the sake of people that need stuff like that to attend. But I've previously been told that it's impossible to do anything like this to help them. Oh, Javai, I mean, there are a lot of online for-profit schools that do distance learning. Like, that's kind of the bread and butter of a lot of those online for-profit universities is sort of online stuff. The only problem, of course, is that a lot of them are kind of scammy, and that they know that, like, basically students don't tend to graduate from online programs because you have to be very self-motivated in order to do them. Like, you have to be really self-motivated because there's the accountability is lower. And so a lot of these schools know that, and they just take people's money, and then people don't graduate, and they go into huge amounts of debt, and then they don't graduate. It's a little distressing, but I mean, there is a lot, and a lot of the bigger schools are having these like little side online things to get money from people, and I'm very concerned about these. Now I want ice cream, everybody. Just so you know, now I want ice cream. Alter self and polymorph for transmutations. Thank you, Krellin. I was like, transmutation. The Force and derive from mass times acceleration. I want to know what kind of Jedi use mass and acceleration as their powers. Takadosh says, I wish I owned a decommissioned military research bunker. And then you could make it past the zombie apocalypse, Takadosh. If he says, this is massively disruptive, though, like an economic nightmare. Oh, it's true. I should have ice cream. I'm going to order ice cream once we finish our stream and before Critical Role starts. So because of Takiroshi's comment about wishing that they owned a decommissioned military research bunker, I have a comment about this. There's a film that Krellin might know because Krellin is old, like me. You know, old. I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. There's a movie that Krellin might know because Krellin is vintage, like me, like I am. And what does Grubhub? When does Grubhub begin delivering in biohazard suits? So the film is Night of the Comet. Do any of you know this film? My only concern, says Iffy, is that people that buy them are kind of militant gun nuts. Oh, that's true. And Javai says, I mean, yeah, the financial consequences are likely to be severe, at the very least in the short term. Oh, so thinking about, for example, in the university, right? So we're shutting down the university. So questions become things like student workers who have student jobs, have work study jobs, and they need those jobs to be able to survive. I suppose they're just not going to have their jobs anymore. What about the people who are the dining hall facilities workers? What about them? Are they going to get paid even though we're shutting down the dining halls? So there are a lot of people who, because we're shutting things down, are they going to, I mean, are they going to get paid? I hope so. So DC says, I remember the name Night of the Comet. I may have seen it. Okay. Oh yeah. Barontor is vintage like me. Hey, Barontor is also vintage like Crayon and I. And yeah, my after school center got closed. No classes, no pay. Right. So this is like such a struggle. So Night of the Comet is a film, and it's got what's his name? Chakotay is in it when he was quite young. Hector. I can't remember his last name. DoorDash is doing optional zero contact drop-offs deliveries, now rolling out hand sanitizers and disposable gloves to all their on-shift drivers. Oh, that's good. So the movie Night of the Comet, basically a comet's going to come back around, like this really big huge comet's going to sort of zoom by the planet, and everyone's really excited to see it because the last time that it came, it's like one of those comets that doesn't come around very often, and the last time it came around to the planet Earth was the time the dinosaurs went extinct, and everybody all around the world is really excited to see this comet. Beltran, that's what it is. Thank you Iffy. It's Beltran. That's exactly what it is. Robert, Hector, thank you, Krellin. Hector's the character. Thank you. His name was Hector in the movie, and Robert Beltran is the actor. Yes, thank you. I was like, Hector? No, that was the character. And a couple of people did not get to see the comet, like these two sisters, et cetera. They were not able to see the comet, but the comet comes, and everybody gets reduced to red dust. Like the comet destroys all life on the planet, except some people only got partial exposure to the comet and they turn into zombies. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because there's this government facility, and it's like a government research bunker, right? And they were all bunkered up so they wouldn't get exposed to the comet and they wouldn't die and they'd be able to have like all their stuff. But they left the ventilation system open, so they got partially exposed to the comet, and so of course they're now becoming zombies. Anyway, it's about like a sister, a woman and her Valley Girl sister in a post-apocalyptic zombie apocalypse, and they're government bunkers. This is all I'm saying. I'm pretty sure that that one hit the Earth when the dinosaurs dies. No, it just passed by, and people would see it. This is how the movie told me a lot of things about how life goes, is what I'm sort of trying to say. Javai says, also an issue for students studying far away from their families. Yes, last-minute flights across half the U.S. or even further are not cheap, especially on student budgets, right? And some people are international students. They don't live in this country, and they may not be able to go home. And also, some people may not be able to go home because their home is not safe for them, right? But the students are given 6 days notice to get out of here. So that means they have 6 days to find a new place to stay, and that may not be realistic. You know, I'm just saying. As Iffy says, gaze upon comets at your own risk. So this whole thing, but, I should tell you, are you ready? I need to tell you all something, because this is the new news that I just found out today. Flights to mainland Europe not possible after tomorrow at midnight. Really? Ooh, Barontor, that's interesting. Apparently cruise ships are still going, by the way. I bet you can get cruise ship tickets real cheap right about now, is what I'm guessing, if you want to go on a cruise at this point in time. that would be your choice. 6 days. I've seen people on Twitter mention even less time than that, like 2 to 3 days. Yeah, that's terrible. Javai, that's terrible. Yeah, 45 Polish. Yeah, you can still fly to the UK. You can still fly to the UK, but you could also just take a train from mainland Europe to the UK and then fly over. Whatever. Europe is the epicenter of the outbreak. Outbound only. To sing while you're washing your hands to the tune of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Novel coronavirus has a lipid outer shell. Washing your hands correctly sends it back to virus hell. Oh, that's good. I like it. Yeah, your president closed down air travel too. Airlines, huge discounts. Health officials across the world stop unnecessary travel. Yeah. Italy is really deep in it right now. And one of the reasons why Italy is having such a hard time is because their population is the oldest in Europe. There's just a lot of old people in Italy, and they're like, that's like, if you are 20, the coronavirus will probably not be so bad for you. If you are over 50, it's not going to be great. Apparently, one of the reasons why they're shutting down the university is because there are a lot of people here, but because a lot of faculty are over 50 and they don't want all the faculty just dying. I think if they were also like slow to react. So can I tell you something scandalous and like, guess what? We have a confirmed case of the coronavirus on my campus. We just got the email about it. There was a student, like I heard about it yesterday, because all this is going so fast. Guess what, says Devil Crayon? Chicken butt. Guess why? Chicken thigh. Yesterday we heard rumor that there was a student that maybe had been quarantined, but we didn't know, but then they're going to go get tested, and the email just came out today that student did test positive for the coronavirus. And that student was at a house party Saturday night, partying it all up. So, and I do not know who the student is. The university is not telling anybody who the student is for like their privacy, but you can find out things if you're a faculty member behind the scenes. I still don't know the person's name, but apparently that student was a student in a music class, not one of mine. It's totally Brad. But that student was taking a music class taught by a colleague of mine who I actually have not seen in the last couple of days. But yeah. So it looks like not only is the Boston area one of these sort of breakout centers because of whatever, but also apparently one of the students who has taken music classes and was apparently going to house parties has tested positive for the coronavirus. So yeah, the Bay Area as well. Yeah, DC, Bay Area, Washington, Boston, one more. And as Barentor notes, so lots more unconfirmed, I'm sure. Yeah, I think that's true. So you're like, oops, well, there you go. And Barentor notes that the US is not testing a lot. And apparently I just found out that the president was discouraging testing because he didn't want it to look like he wanted it to look like there were fewer cases than there were. So that's awkward. Sal says, it's okay. They probably could have only infected 2 to 3 other people on average and have a 97% chance of everything being okay. Yeah. Weird Vector says, after I got home from therapy, my therapist found out she's been exposed to it. Oof. Javai says, I gotta say, as bad as this virus is and seems, the financial and societal effects are scary to me. Yeah, I understand that. Yeah, so US says, Iffy says, the US dropped the fucking ball. Experts are just maddened by the lack of data collection. Oh, yeah. Barentor notes, the NBA suspended all games for the year, right? XFL too, and that's a lot. I am still hosting CR tonight because I don't think that hosting CR will get me the coronavirus. I think I'll be safe. Yeah, trying to do that to cover up, right? It's just it's just terrible. Can I tell you one more thing? But we're going to play, but I want to tell you one more thing. Yeah, I think it's the secondary effects that will be so long reaching. So here's the secondary thing that I wanted to tell you about this. And I think I just forgot what it was. Oh, I remember. Sorry. Do you know what I was teaching in class today? So I'm teaching 2 seminars, one on queer pop music and then one on The Voice. And that's my seminar. That's on Tuesdays. But today was my class on queer pop. And the topic for today's class, we start the class in the 1880s. And we move forward in time chronologically and then sort of hit different topics. And today's topic was the AIDS crisis and musical reactions to the AIDS crisis. So here I am talking about, like, here I'm in class and I'm talking about the AIDS crisis, how it first starts becoming a thing in 1981, but it isn't until like 1987 that the president even mentions the AIDS crisis at all. So it's like it's going on for 6 years before someone says anything about it. And I'm talking about, it's like I'm just talking about how the AIDS crisis developed from 81 to about like, I don't know, I kind of sort of hit the thing but like hitting the real main big points and talk about different musical part of the thing was like, what does a protest song sound like? Like, and looking at really different ways in which people reacted musically to the AIDS crisis, from like bops that are like big disco hits. Well, it's the mid 80s, but post-disco hits, to things that were like avant-garde performance art that's like shrieking and wailing, to like sort of mournful, sad, like songs of loss, to sort of indie, sort of outsider, like all sorts of like just all these different ways, sound collage art, just the different ways in which the AIDS crisis and protest was how that was happening, and then also music. And it was just really weird, that being my last in-person class, talking about the AIDS crisis and what happened while everybody's going to have to leave campus because of the coronavirus. It was that was a trip, I will tell you. Ice Bunny says, they only test you when you have severe symptoms on the one hand, but just pass laws or force treatment of and XX of homes without warrants. Sal says, The Voice, like the show, or The Voice, like this is your singing voice, you're a tenor. Actually, the whole title of the class is Race, Gender, Sexuality, and the Voice. So the class is about how do we imagine, because people think they can tell what race you are, or what gender you are, or what sexuality you are by just listening to your voice. So it's about, like, well, why do we think that? And what does a black voice sound like, or a white voice sound like? What does an Asian voice sound like, or a Latin voice sound like? What do straight people sound like, or gay people? Like, what does a man sound like, or a woman sound like, or a non-binary person sound like? How do we know that? What are our imaginations of that? And so looking at different genres of music and how that sort of crops through. So like the last class we just did was rock masculinities. So we were looking at rock music, and mostly from the 70s, so like cock rock, but also some women in rock, and like what do women in rock do if rock is sort of thought of as a masculine genre? Like, how do they sing? How do rock dudes sing? We were looking at like glam rockers and like hair metal and the Rolling Stones, like, so a good 70s into the 80s, and thinking about rock as like this aggressive masculine genre, and like, well, then what do you sound like? What are the options of what you can sound like in rock? And if you are not that, how do you manage that? And we did women's music before. We're gonna do country music, and the sound of like your good old average American citizen coming up pretty soon. And we'll look at like the imagination of the country voice, but then we're going to look at some like Latina sort of country artists, and like different sorts of country artists, and like what do they sound like as the American citizen. So it's basically because, and then how do people, like we did, like one of the first things we did was like black opera, so like black opera singers, because people think they know what black voices sound like, but black opera voices don't sound like that. So what does that mean? And then we're going to do K-pop. And yeah, we're just doing like a bunch of different sort of genres, and thinking about how imaginations of race, gender, and sexuality sort of work through our imaginations with that. Takerosh says there are rumors that Trump may have been exposed to COVID-19, and which means he's exposing everybody else. Weird Vector says the meme that's like, straight people, how could they do nothing about the virus? And gay people are like, first time, huh? Yeah, thank you, Weird Vectors. That is 100% true. That one. Ice Bunny says, in Denmark, that is, and we are locked down. All but supermarkets are closed for 2 weeks. Yeah. If he says, yeah, I've seen some of the more avant-garde pieces. Yeah, I feel like, Weird Vectors like Gate are like, well, what does that mean? Like, what are the things that allow you to think those things? And so it's sort of pondering, like, if you want to sound like, what do you sound like? And so it's about, because we perform, right? Like, we're performing the voice. So it's about how we are performing the voice in that way. And I'm probably going to do that. All those, I'm probably going to, I don't know exactly where. Oh, wait, now I need to write this down. Hold on. I don't think I should write it down here, but I will. No, I shouldn't write it down here. This is a bad place to write it down. I'm going to write it down on my phone. There's a thing that I want to do, and I feel like I might be able to do it. And I'm interested in also, I'm going to write this down because I'm going to forget it. Also, what I think is really interesting. Wait. And okay. So I'm really interested in I'm gonna do Blue Eyed Soul too. I'm interested in Devil Crayon says like vocal coding. Yes, exactly. It's like, how do we do vocal coding? And one of the things that I think would be, well, then I guess Matthew will throw that off. And so what I'm interested then is, what I think would be really great is those moments where people are like, what? Right? And you see it all the time on things like America's Got Talent, The Voice, et cetera, where like the people are hearing some voice and they turn around and like, oh my gosh, I couldn't imagine that what you look like could have a voice like that. And so I'm also interested, and like it's always been like, oh, I'm so shocked that little 5-year-old girl sounds like she's like an 80-year-old man who's drunk whiskey his whole life. What? Right? So like these kinds of, I would love to do like a little last section on that, sort of on those incongruities, the ways in which people are like, what? Right? So like that is also interesting to me. So Trooper, says Sal, why are there so few Black POC voices in country music? Is it just the racism, or is there something else? Oh, it's just the racism, because there have been Black artists in country music since the beginning of country music. One of the very first person that was played in the Grand Ole Opry is a Black harmonica player, DeFord Bailey. I mean, there have been, right, and a lot of those country artists were influenced by Black artists. Like, so it has been there. It's just that racism, basically, right? So, and also there are a lot of things like country blues. Like, what's the line between country blues and bluesy country? Like, the line is basically just race. So they've been there. They're just not country music, country radio record stations and fan bases were just not interested in having that. But they've always been there. Oh, I was shopping at 11 and could get bananas, but there was no meat and toilet paper, and I guess they emptied the shops more. Yeah. Takaro says, my girlfriend said her shop were out of onions. Yeah, it's so weird. Iffy says, the shopping panic is weird. That's what I think. Also, the fact that people are being encouraged to shop 2 weeks worth of stuff so they don't go out as often, but also hoarding. Yeah, right? I don't even know about there. Right, and Weird Vector says, yeah, they're out there. They're just not very well known. And some of them were like huge stars. Like, Charlie Pride was a huge star, and like there are also lots of Latina sort of country singers too. Like, country's actually there's a lot more diversity in country, but they often don't get signed or don't get played, and so they're there. They just don't. I mean, yeah, right, yeah, yes. Ice Bunny says, I perform a raven or crow when I sing, but I don't care. I see you. Iffy says, Zelda Williams has that deeper voice and talks about getting harassed about it. Yeah. It's straight up the racism. Yeah. And the thing is, they're not as rare as you think. It's really tricky. And like, it's, and a Black woman created rock and roll too, Sister Rosetta Tharpe. So, I mean, rock and roll was not really created by one person. Like, there's just a lot of people in the 40s that were doing stuff. Sister Rosetta Tharpe, Louis Jordan, like, there's like a wider variety, but again, they don't get to be rock and rollers, right? They get to be like influences, and that's also sort of messed up. I mean, that was Gallows Humor's laugh, but also really funny. Like, oh, it's just, yeah, totally. Charlie Pride is good too. Yeah, Charlie Pride is good too. Yeah, I love old roots and Black voices that are essentially country. The blues roots it's just so great. And we're talking about a genre where honky tonk badonkadonk is a bona fide hit. Right. And that's the thing, because right now, so many kind of like bro country dudes are really influenced by hip hop. And so then they're going to have like honky tonk badonkadonk and all these sort of like weirdly hip hop country hybrid songs. But it's okay when like Travis Tritt does it, but it's not okay when Lil Nas X does it. But it's also really interesting, right? Because I mean, there are these two factors that go into it. Like, one is, the thing is, where have black people lived in the United States for most of the United States history? In the South, right? I mean, like, there are black people outside of the South, of course, but there's so many black people in the South, so black people have been so part of country music. But, you know, you get this thing where you make a country song and the industry doesn't want to count it as country. Like, Beyonce's song's Daddy's Lesson, she's like, this is a country song, and I would like it to count as a country song. And the country music industry was like, no, under no circumstances are we going to count this as a country song because you're not country, even though, right? So there's a way in which, right, all of that. And then also, when I think also about Latina people, right? Country and Western music had two main hubs, and that's Nashville and Bakersfield, California. And Central Valley, California has a lot of Mexican, specifically, people there. And they're also central to the country music sound, but they also get written out of history, even though they've always been there. Ice Bunny said, they said we should shop normal and there is no food shortage. Well, God bless Billy Ray for using his whiteness. Oh yeah, Krellin, totally. And not Billy Ray did that for Lil Nas X, and the Dixie Chicks did that for Beyonce. And I think it's really good when people are like, no, actually. And Big and Rich did that for Cowboy Troy. Like, there are some artists who are like, well, hold on a second, wait a minute, right? I think a lot of the artists are actually a lot more progressive than the industry. I think a lot of the country artists are more progressive than the industry itself. Sal says, I remember being a wee Sal in single-digit ages, living in Southern California, openly wondering why all the country singers on the radio were white, and I was basically told to shut up. What? And didn't even know what I'm talking about because there's like this one guy everyone named all the time, and he had like one album and never got played on the radio. Yeah. And like that's a real bummer. And I think it's also really hard because if you're a black artist, let's say you're a black performer, you're a musician, and you're really talented, and you want to be a performer and a singer, and you want to sort of do well, and you want to do country music, and nobody will sign you unless you stop being a country musician, and then you can get signed. And so a lot of black musicians will just move out of country because, right, like there's no market for them. And I'm thinking about two examples off the top of my head. Rissy Palmer is a black woman. She's a country singer, and she, like, great singer. And Terry Lewis and Jimmy Jam heard her sing. They said, you are amazing. We would love to sign you. But you just can't do country music because that's just not going to work. And she turned down a record contract and the chance to work with Terry Lewis and Jimmy Jam. They're the ones who produced Janet Jackson's like Rhythm Nation, right? So Control, like, big deal. And she said, no, I really want to do country. And so she did country. I think she had some minor hits, but she's probably not ever going to be a super huge star. But if she decided to go and do R&B, she probably would have been, right? So if you're going to decide to stick to this genre, you're going to note that probably you're going to be marginalized in that genre and not going to be as famous. And so a bunch of people just won't, right? So that then feeds into that. And then Iffy says, so fascinating thing about black music. I had a white teacher in high school that told me how when he was younger, him and his white friends would roll up to the parking lot of black bars. They knew it was weird to go in, so they would just sit outside and listen to the musicians because they love the music. Yeah, segregation. Takerosh says, artists are generally more progressive than the populace. That's true, actually. Quite Unremarkable Fellow says, the industries are all about the money, not the art. Yeah. I mean, they'll sell good art, and they don't care if the art is good or not. They just want it to sell, right? Which means that they can put out good art, but if the good art doesn't sell, then they won't put it out. If the bad art sells, they will. If the bad art doesn't sell, they won't, right? Like, they don't, what they care about is the money. They will steal from artists if they can. Generalism, yes, but it happens. Oh, quite Unremarkable Fellow. Oh, that may be a generalism, but it's 100% right. Like, they will steal steal, like the entire industry is made for them to steal from artists. And then they complain that, and of course, fellow notes, and yet they complain the loudest about piracy. Of course they do, because they're the ones losing the money, because they're like the artists aren't making that money, they steal it. DC says quality is only measured in ability to move quantity. Yeah. Iffy says, and there's that whole culture of white record collectors who kind of fetishized and archived a lot of black music, so it kind of turned this weird hipster thing after the fact. Yeah, but of course they also would only archive certain black musics, right? Like they only wanted the black musics, and that's one of these tricky things, right? Because there are all these, like I said, there's a wide variety of different kinds of black music, but white hipsters only like black music that's really dirty and sexy, right? They want black music by some guy with no shoes with a guitar going like, yeah, like that's what they want because it makes them feel dangerous or whatever. Rolling Stones. And so like all that black music where people are like the Supremes or singing smooth songs they didn't like. So you end up getting collectors disregarding black music that sounds too smooth and sophisticated, and upholding black music that sounds like their imagination of blackness. And right. And so then you get, going back to this voice seminar, so then you get people saying, oh, what a black voice sounds like is this, but actually can sound like a lot of things, right? Yeah. Four Tops. Yes, fellow, the Four Tops. Yeah, it's, and if he says, yeah, you curate a caricature, and that ends up being what happens. And it's really sort of tricky. Like, what do you do with that? Krellin notes, yeah, artists don't care if you steal their album as long as you pay for your ticket and their merch, unless they're Metallica. Yep, unless they're Metallica. Yeah. I'd love to take one of your classes. So interesting. Weird vectors. As it turns out, because of the coronavirus, I'm gonna have to put the second half of my queer pop class online. It's really tricky about what's really tricky about Twitch though is that Twitch will mute your VODs. If you're playing music on there, they'll just mute. So I think I can actually run the class live, and that would be fine. But I think the VODs will probably not be usable because I'm sure they're going to mute everything. Also, I'm not going to stream my classes from this account, Trooper SJP, because in case Twitch gets weird, I don't want anything bad to happen to this account. So I'm going to create a new account. And also, I don't necessarily need all of my students hanging out on this Twitch stream, so I'm going to create a brand new account for my classes. That's all. And yes, Krellin, you can sneak in and audit my classes now, because, and yeah, if he says record local copies, and yeah, I think that's, but then of course the problem is those copies are all like, they're data intensive, and I'm going to have to figure out, I'm gonna have to find out if there are any students that can't make it to class time, because there might be international and not local for time zone differences, and we'll find out what we can do about that. What will I tag it as? Just chatting. That's a very good question. Yeah, I will. Yeah, I'm gonna lecture on Twitch, and the reason why I'm going to lecture on Twitch is because I think I was looking at Discord, which just does screen sharing, and that's not going to be useful for like the full audiovisual experience. And I think that Zoom is not going to be good for 40 plus people, 45 students. And I think there's WebEx, but again, I'm not particularly excited about that. See, the problem, Ice Bunny, is that Discord is not going to give me, I was looking at Discord, and Discord lets you do screen sharing, but I need a full audio visual experience where I can play music, play my PowerPoints, do the whole thing, and it does not look as if Discord does that. It looks like you can screen share, but you're not getting. Yeah, I don't think that Discord would actually give the experience that I want. Yeah, that's my. Yeah, Levi says don't cross the streams. I think so, and I will let you all know. And Nia says, what you tag it as just chatting? That's a really good question. I'm not quite certain what I will tag it as, because I think I have to tag it as something. So I don't think just chatting. My understanding is that just chatting brings in trolls, so I don't think I'll do just chatting. I might do music and performance. I want something that will not bring in a lot of trolls, basically. So I want a tag that will discourage trolls from showing up. Also, my TA is going to be my mod and is going to like ban all trolls. Yeah, weird vectors. Weird vectors. Oh, women's studies major. Yes, I'm on the board for a women, gender, and sexuality studies major here at my university. So like, high five, fist bump. Weird vectors. Are you on my Discord? If you're not, you should be on my Discord because I will put the information for my class on Discord. So I'm not going to put it here, but I'll put it on Discord. So if you're not in my Discord, join my Discord so I can let you know. Didn't you have a student who was like, yeah, I do this thing on this website you probably heard of, it's called Twitch? Yeah, I did. Students don't know. Like, they don't think we do the things. How's it with rights and stuff with online classes? Considering people pay for it, it might be iffy to have it be public. Pay for... So here's the thing. For a large Zoom, you have to do a Zoom webinar. Yeah, otherwise there's a limit on the number of people who can join. Yeah, that's yeah, and I know that Discord just upped the limit for their go live to 50, which means I could get all my students in a Discord. But from what it looks like, Discord is just one thing, and it's not. So like they wouldn't be able to see me; they would just be able to see the screen that I have, and I'm not quite certain how audio would go well with that, like playing my system audio, because they would be able to hear me. They'd hear me. They'd see a screen, but I want them to be able to hear music out of my phone, iPod, right? So like there's actually a larger, so I'm not quite certain that Zoom, that I'm not certain that either Zoom, oh, dang it, now I've got to think about Zoom. Sorry, I'm just thinking about, because I'm going to do Zoom for my small seminar, because that seminar's 10 people, so we can all do Zoom together, but I need to figure out how I'm going to do audio there. Yeah. Warning, this stream has been classified as a class 3 mimetic after watch your own risk. Yes. Yeah, Levi notes that just chatting brings in weird elements, and I don't want that. Oh, tag it as creative so no one shows up. Ooh, that is a sad comment, but if there is a creative tag, that might be the way to go. We have recording stuff in the lecture rooms, and the students can download them within 30 minutes of session ending. Oh, that's interesting. For the record, like a proper auditing student, I won't clutter up your discussion. Hey, I don't mind if people chat as long as they don't troll. Like, you know what I mean? That's all. School and education, that would scare off the trolls. Yeah, I don't think school and education is a tag though, sadly. Are you going to stream from the same setup so your students see the massive array of RPG jokes behind you? Yes, I am. Because this is my stream setup. So like, I'm going to stream from here and they can see all my gaming books, but a lot of them may not even know what it is. They may not know. So yeah, so this is the thing. I'm going to create a new user account to stream because, but look, okay, here's my thoughts, right? I know that if you play music, like you're not supposed to play music, but I think what they just do is they just mute you, right? And so I assume what's going to happen is that they will mute chunks of the class is what I'm thinking, right? But that's fine because if you're live, it won't be muted and it should be fine, is what I'm thinking. But, and the VOD will just be a whole nother thing. But here's my question. You know, Anna plays music all the time that's under copyright, and Lauren has stream requests, which plays music that is under copyright. So I suppose I have a question about muting, right? Like I suppose that's my question is. Oh, Anna's got a business license. She is licensed, all that stuff. Good for her. I wonder how much it costs. That seems to be a lot. I bet it's a lot of money. They're going to be too busy going, what the fuck? How does this look so much better than my other professors' online lectures? Yeah. Yeah, these shows are crammed with academic works. Song requests on Lauren's right. Oh man, this professor's stream is crisp. Wow, how do we get the cool professor? Anna has subscribed to a service that licenses music for businesses. Ah. She covers her bases by having a business license. She can only play what they have, not whatever she wants, which frustrates her. It's limited in selection. Well, that makes sense. But look, and like, here's the thing though. I'm just a little worried about TOS, not in terms of playing copyrighted music. It's just that I don't know if you noticed, but I just talked about doing the AIDS crisis. We're going to be doing queercore pretty soon. And some of the music is going to be angry. I suppose, you know. Twitch might still come after her, but she has a legal defense. Well, she has a license, right? If she has a license. Yeah, so some of the music is kind of angry. I mean, I think as long as people don't report the stream, we should be fine. Yeah, I mean, and I'm probably gonna have to worry. But again, generally speaking, I only get around to, because the classes are only an hour and 15 minutes, and I only get around to about 3 songs per lecture, maybe 4. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, licensed music is a bit of a random chance on if it gets muted or not. Some companies go hard on it, some don't really care. Is this the Anna who works for Twitch, Amazon as a marketer? No, this is Anna Geeks. Anna Geeks is an amazing streamer. She's so great. Streamer Anna Geeks. No, that wasn't it. Streamer Anna Geeks. Yes. Yeah, no, she's an amazing streamer. She was the CEO of Geekspace TV, a nonprofit streaming studio out of Seattle. An amazing streamer, wonderful human being, great RPer, kind, wonderful human being, great streamer. I recommend it. You could do a companion Spotify playlist or something like that, so it's not part of the stream. I suppose I could, but that it kind of breaks the communal listening part, right? Because there's part of it's like that we do this communal listening. And now here's the thing, I will say this, that I don't need a Spotify playlist because the students have all of the music. I put all of the music on our course website. We have a course website, and I upload all of the music to the course website so they can listen to it, and they should be listening to it before class starts. But then I like to play it in class so they hear it a second or third time, and then we talk about it as a community. Students in China apparently mass reported an app being used by some classes to work from home until it got bumped off the App Store because they didn't want to do the homework. Did I? Anna, I missed an R? Oh, thank you, Krellin. I was like, what am I? Thank you, Krellin. Thank you for, my spelling. Meh. The VOD gets muted, no big deal. This is what I'm thinking, right? Like the VOD gets muted, it's not that big of a deal. Like the world doesn't end. So I think it will be fine. And what I can do is, what I will probably do is keep the VODs up for the students who, in case there are students who can't. And I'm going to take all the VODs down once the class is over, but I'll keep the VODs up. And if things get muted, the students still have access to the music so they can listen to it on their own. If the account gets blocked, make another. Yeah. And again, that account and this account are not going to be connected. They're not related, just in case, right? I'm gonna don't cross the streams. I don't usually upload PowerPoints. My PowerPoints are not normally, it's a thing that I don't do because actually part of the thing is students need to be present, but my PowerPoints also don't have a lot of data on them. My PowerPoints usually are just pictures of the artists and the name of the song, the year, the date, name of the artist, and sometimes there's some supplemental information, but most of the information just comes from the lecture. The PowerPoints are there so you can see who these artists are and think about how they're marketing themselves and just sort of humanize them a little bit. Sometimes I'll put up lyrics if the lyrics are hard to understand. But I don't do a lot of data on my PowerPoints, to be honest. So having my PowerPoints are not usually very particularly interesting. I make my students make their own handouts from them. Yeah. Right. I'm like, That's right, Iffy. Legally distinct. Legally distinct. So we're gonna play a little bit of this game because we're here, right? No, wait, not yet. Sorry. I thought we were gonna do it, but we're not gonna do it yet. We're gonna do our giveaway. We have a giveaway, and our giveaway is My Time at Portia, which is an RPG. And DSB says it's a really good game. So just make sure you say something within the next 5 minutes, and you will be entered. And then we'll go. Giveaway! Give it away! Give it away! Give it away now! What happens if? What happens if? Well, this will be a brand new account, so it will not be affiliated or anything. So I don't have to worry about subs or follows. But I was just worried if I'm like giving my lecture and then somebody follows, and then I have to sing, and then I like just. What if I sing on accident? Do you know what I mean? That's all. If he says, play games, what kind of channel do you think this is? Like, we're going to do it. Oh, so, it could happen. So PH, Paladin Hulk, we were chatting on my Saturday stream, I think it was. Just don't set up alerts for the, yeah, that's it. I'm going to just not set up alerts. That's it. I'll set up Nightbutt, but no alerts, and it will be fine. So I was chatting, this I think is funny. I was chatting with PH in the stream on Saturday, and PH was like, oh yeah, I was able to figure out what was going on with the terrorists like right away. And it was so funny because he was like, yeah, I just searched for bomb, terrorist, bridge, right? And I got the whole story like immediately. And I was like, oh, he's like, what searches are you doing? I was like, pregnant, ex, love, divorce, and like Pookie. Like, it was just funny because like all the things I'm searching for are like clearly all about the relationships in this game. And he was like, bomb, bridge, and I was like, yeah, I suppose I should probably search for those things too eventually. I mean, I'll get around to it maybe, but you know, I just kind of you know, that's all. That's all. So you can play Portia. It's a bit like Stardew Valley. Oh, cool. Trooper's researching the things Karen cares about, not the things Mike cares about. That's true, actually, right? Because like I feel like that's true. Krellin. That's true. Contessa, what's her face? The sexy RP character. Oh, Isabella, right? Isabella, yes. Totally stuff your local FBI agent would be interested in overhearing. Isabella. So here's what's interesting is because you're right, because Karen probably knows what happens, right? She probably knows what happened with Greenstorm and all of that, but she probably needs to know some of this other, like, yes. You figured out, Trooper. The only thing we know about Karen is that she's FBI and pretend to be David's ex. But what if she wasn't pretending? Oh, yeah, what if she wasn't? Ooh, because maybe she wasn't. Like, we don't know. I mean, these are questions, right? Like, these are questions. Like, I don't know, but like, I'm excited to find out. Anyway, this is an RPG. We're gonna find out who wins. Nightbutt. Karen is the person who's doing the searches. No, she's the person who's doing the. You can kind of vaguely see her reflection. She's the one who's actually searching through all this database. And so, thank you, Chrome. That's you have the words I was looking for. The person behind the monitor. Yeah. So, hey, Nightbutt, chicken butt. Who is our handling your ex seems like a conflict of interest. Probably. And Mike is David's handler. Yeah, but she's something. She's some kind of organizer, she's some kind of person who's administrative in some sort. Who's our winner? Hey, Javai. Hey, congrats, Javai. That's so cool. Javai, I'm going to send you the code. I just have to get whispery on you. There you go. Yes, there you are, Javai. Javai, I'm sending you a whisper. right now, in this moment, at this second, it looks like I'm not, but I am. Here you go, Javai. Javai! Javai, you are the winner! Here we go. Javai. That makes me happy. Who's the hippie man? Is he the, like, so, I mean, this is like a, I mean, we probably do need to learn a little bit more about the terrorists, but right now I've got some pressing questions that are not about terrorism. You can kind of see Karen there in the background. It is 2:53 a.m. I think we only have a few more hours, side note. Yeah. Javai! No, that's not what I need. I don't need that. I need, our memo. We're taking our I know what I'm talking about. Oh, we just did, what did we do? The paintings. You know what? Thank you, Iffy. I just wanted to search for Manet. No. But we think the paintings are representative of the three women in his life, right? Like this one here could very well be Ava, perhaps, like serving, because she works at a store. This one very well here could be Cam Girl, Sleeping Beauty, like sort of naked while men are sort of staring. And this one here could be his wife with the daughter. French Cam Girl, although she's not even really French. Right, and there's Karen right there, hanging out. I read a really interesting article about how they filmed this. So, look, here's what's what. We have not actually searched for Ava. We actually haven't searched for her. But also this guy, Peter, there was some kind of altercation between Peter and Ava. And I just want to see if we can find out. And I don't know if we can. No, so I think we just have to do Peter. Paris, New Jersey. Yes, Paris, New Jersey. So let's do Peter and see if we can learn about him, because hello, Jer, hello. Because Peter seems like a terrible human being, and I want to know more about him. So I feel like I have his name down here somewhere. Ava and Peter. Retina. Like, we actually have to do some, like, Silver Ridge. We have to do that. We have to do, like, these obvious things. We'll get there. Oh, Jer, thank you for reminding me. I wanted to tell you, so I had a meeting that meant that I was going to have to quit the stream at 8. But that meeting was to plan an event, because I as a scholar in residence, I do these events. So I was supposed to meet with the RA team to plan the event. We were going to do a talent show. And that's not going to happen because our campus is shut down. So I don't have to leave early. So in case anybody wanted to know, I don't have to leave early because our campus is shut down. So Peter, there are 13 records. There we go. Q Alice Cooper, schools, but it's not, we're still going to be meeting. No feeling is better than plans being canceled without having to come up with an excuse. Yes, that is true. Levi? Yes. I must needs shut up, the domesticated fowl, au revoir. Oh, okay. So I want to find out about this Peter. There are 13 records. School's out forever. So this is on November 6th. And on this day, Um, I have. So on the 4th, Ava and David meet and they have sex, it looks like. And then I have talking to David about sleeping with Ava, which I think this is talking to Mike about sleeping with Ava, probably. I think. I love you got the words despite Alice Cooper having dozens of good songs. It's true. So this is, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. So, oh, hey, there's a fight. Look at his face. Something happened. Okay. All right, everybody. Something happened here. Beat up face. Who's he talking to?
Yeah, well, the mission's moved into phase 2.
Oh, this is him talking to Mike, I think.
We are driving to Silver Ridge Camp next week.
Silver Ridge.
And it will be very romantic.
Oh.
Yes.
All right,
Eva's
Kulan.
good friends Eric and Peter will be there too.
I will see you later, Kulan. Also.
Yeah, but thing is, there's some bad blood there, Mike. Something she's not telling me.
Wait. Kulan. Tell me why it's not your game. That's really interesting to me. Tell me. If before you go, if you're still here, why is this game not for you? I find whenever see, okay, if you don't mind me saying, Kulan, I love it when a person says, that game is not for me. Or because rather than like, this game is the worst game ever, like I like it when people are able to sort of recognize, oh, this game isn't for me. And then I'm really interested in why a particular game is or isn't for someone. I find the whole watching people thing uncomfortable. Oh, Kulan, that's so interesting. I also find it uncomfortable, but I like that. I kind of like the discomfort that I feel in this situation. Like it gives me a lot of complicated feelings, and I sort of like that. So like, and I see why, like I can see why a person would not like that at all. And Kulan, I'm giving you love right now. It's good for lurking, and I've also had to tune out a few scenes. Yeah. And I do think there's something really, I think I look away from the screen when they're making eye contact. Oh, that's so interesting. I think this is interesting. And this is something I think is fascinating about this game. I think it's one of the reasons why I'm interested in it. That it seems like a game that is just going to not be for a lot of people. Do you know what I mean? Like in the sense that it's not the same as seeing a stream. Well, I think there's something about, the thing is, the game is about being a voyeur, right? Like in the game itself, they don't know that you're watching, right? The person, Karen, the person watching, and then by extension, us as an audience, we are spying on these people, and they don't realize that we're looking at their stuff. And so there's something, I think, deliberately uncomfortable about, like, if I feel like there's some sort of thematizing of the surveillance state that's happening. Like, I think that it's meant to be uncomfortable in that way, and I do like being made to feel uncomfortable. And so that's interesting, because it's interesting to me, because a lot of games don't make me feel uncomfortable. They might make me annoyed, but they don't make me feel uncomfortable. And so the fact that this does make me feel uncomfortable is very interesting to me. But yeah, but I get why that may not be everybody's thing, you know? Levi says, yeah, it doesn't bug me when streamers look at the camera. Something about the remoteness makes it uncomfortable. Yeah. And if he says, some of the scenes are very intimate for different reasons. I think it might be different playing on one's own. Maybe. Yeah. Sal says, is it wrong that I don't feel remotely uncomfortable by things and theming like this? No, I don't think so either. Because I think that, I don't think it's wrong. I don't think it's wrong at all. But I think there's some, I think that, I do think, because I was reading the interview with the creator, and he was trying to thematize this kind of discomfort. And so I think that's fascinating. Like, I mean, and again, please note, just in class today, I was showing my students Diamanda Galas's Plague Mass. And now I want to show you Diamanda Galas's Plague Mass, but I'm not going to. But it's like Diamanda Galas is this performance artist, and she's naked from the waist up, and she's like wailing for like 16 minutes, just like these haunting banshee-like wails. It's about the AIDS crisis, the song. And that's like, 16 minutes of wailing, and it is not a comfortable piece of music in any kind of a way. And I mean, I don't listen to it for fun, right? But there's something that I appreciate about those sorts of things. Kalan says, probably because I'm a very private person. Being on Twitch is a huge challenge for me, as I'm not restricted like I am when I'm lecturing. Yeah. It's interesting, right? The Twitch thing is very interesting, and how do you deal with notions of privacy or not? Yeah. If he says, in person, I also tend to be one of those persons that doesn't make direct eye contact. It's also interesting. There's the video game, I'm Sorry, Babe, It's Just Not Your Story, or It Just Ain't Your Story, by Christine Love, is also all about surveillance. You play a teacher in this visual novel where you are being told by your employer to monitor your students' private text messages, because the students are all given, I think, phones or like a school program. Like there's a school program to get information where they can also text each other privately, but you can like spy on their text messages. And the game is about you spying on your students' private text messages. Well, you being this teacher who I think is a creep. And I think the teacher's a creep, right? And so there's this kind of like interesting way in which you're doing this thing that I don't think you're supposed to feel particularly comfortable with. And that's really interesting. Kulan's like, now I've derailed the game. We're not about playing games here, Kulan. We totally are about playing games, but also we're about talking about the games, right? Like what's the point of just playing it if you don't like think about what is it doing and what does it mean? And hey, Volpez, and like, why are we here? So, Also, why was he beat up right now? I want to find out what's going on here. Give me a second.
Yeah, but thing is, there's some bad blood there, Mike. Something she's not telling me.
Wait, I need to know who his friends are. Nope, we're about talking about the games. The playing is just homework. Right. Yes, Krellin. That is, I think, very accurate. We're about the talking about the games. That's what
Ava's good friends, Eric and Peter, will be there too.
Eric. I don't know if we searched Eric. Then we have to do that one.
Yeah, but thing is, there's some bad blood there, Mike. Something she's not telling me.
Squirrel Trooper. Yes, you won the Squirrel Trooper.
Yeah.
I have heard about Eliza, but I haven't played it. I haven't played it yet.
When I told her I'd heard of this organizing group, though, I suggested we share a ride. Something came over her, though. She got stomach cramps. Maybe. Anyway, I'll hang around the camp, let them see me with her, and let it sink in. Then I will make contact.
Oh.
That's my plan, by the book.
So
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the best agent of them all?
So this is interesting. He basically is only hanging around Ava to give himself cred so that he can then go and get into this group to get into this other group. Sketchy. Yeah, I think I should really check it out, right? I should check it out. Again, more fairy tales. There is really... I also want to do a search for the word fairy tale. I don't think we've done that one, have we? Like, there's a lot going on there. Yeah, so... talking to Mike... Oh, no, that's Mike talking to David about sleeping with Ava. And then... David talking about using Ava to get in with the group. But here's the thing. I have a question. Do you notice his face is all beat up? His face is all beat up, but it wasn't earlier. So something happened around there where he gets beat up, and I feel like we should probably figure that out. So this is 2/118. The only thing there's a gap in our records at this point in time, but we do know this is after the Thanksgiving away. Yeah, this is after. Yeah, because they meet for sex on the 4th of November. This is the 6th of November. So this is after their sex. And I don't think he was beat up when they met for sex 2 days earlier. So something happens in between the sex and this conversation that is something's going on. And this one here, 2-1, the only thing we have before this is the Thanksgiving where he's at that pipeline protest. Hello, Emperor Lord Trumpus Bay. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. What's Ava into? This is what we need to know, not who's responsible for doing terrorism. It is true. We need to know that. How are you doing, Emperor? I'm doing well. I'm dealing with the coronavirus shutting down my university and then having to sort of figure out how to put everything online. But other than that, I don't have to do yeah, Emperor. I've got to take all of my classes online. I've got to figure out how to do all the it's a lot. Like my spring break, they're like, spring break, your spring break is madness. And I was like, oh yeah, everything is wild. Wait, is this guy not the same guy David punched? Did he punch someone? Yeah, so clearly David got into some kind of a fist fight with someone, and I thought it was going to be Peter, but it could have been he sometimes gets a little violent, but he clearly was not punch 2 days earlier. So there's some kind of, maybe we should do a search for fight, maybe, or maybe punch. We could do a search for fight and punch, maybe. I'm writing those down because maybe we can figure out that way. So 2-2, which is the day after this one, he's talking to Mike about Greenstorm and Ava moving in with him, and Mike's not happy about the violence against Sleepy. So there's another set of violence, and then he talks to French cam girl about her being blonde and wanting to beat up Peter. So we're gonna learn something here, I think, but we need to find out about Sleepy. There's stuff going on that we don't know. We have to find out. Well, should make the sharing music samples easier with all the students. Yeah, I mean, I feel like he described whatever happened as getting sucker punched, walking around with that shiner, regardless of whether they were. Oh, Levi, I agree. But also, I wonder if he. How would I put this? I wonder if he beat up somebody earlier than he let on, right? Like I have some questions about that. So this is in his apartment.
This is nice.
Yeah. You want a beer or something?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Who's this?
Wesley, he didn't mean anything by what he said today, right? Sure. Yeah, he's actually a really friendly guy.
Wesley.
He just gets nervous around new people since they're all thrill seekers. And he's jealous.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because he used to drive us everywhere.
Oh, I got a bigger van.
Hey, Crit Twitch.
The male ego is a terrible thing.
It is. Yeah, cheers, man.
Cheers to that.
So who is this?
What's the deal with Dave and Peter?
Yeah, what is the deal?
I asked him not to come to that party.
Oh yeah? Then what's going on? Tell me.
Christ, David.
Wait, Crit Twitch says, Trooper, I didn't get to watch all of it, but I'm so glad I caught part of last night's show. Oh, The Witcher? I'm really enjoying what's going on with that show. I'm enjoying that one. I have to find out. I've got some questions. Look, you don't know, okay? You all don't know, but I've been asked to do some more RPGs, and I'm probably going to say yes to a bunch of things I probably should say no to, but I'm going to say yes to them anyway because they're kind of short. They're like maybe 4 sessions. And I think what's going to happen is that, especially now that I'm going remote, I'm probably going to be a little bit denser on my RPGs before I have to move, because once I move to New York, there's going to be a disruption in my stream for like, I don't know, a week or two. I don't know how long. I don't even know if we're going to go to Gen Con or not, but there's going to be a little bit of disruption in July. And I want to sort of get some good RPing in. And then when I come back, I'll have to reset and unpack and all of that and restart things. So I've got basically... Dusa was dropping bombs last night. It was amazing. Oh, I mean, I don't even know if there's going to be a Gen Con. There may not be one, but no matter what, I'm also thinking about, basically, I'm making sure that everything that I'm doing basically ends before I move, so that then I can move and then come back and then start doing some new shows. Yeah, I'm moving to New York, upstate, to Ithaca for a year, and I'm going to move in July, but I don't have an apartment yet. So awkward. Awkward. But again, I don't even know if there's going to be a Gen Con. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, I am uncomfortable. Ava, look, this is not my place. If you want to know about this, you need to speak to Ava.
I'm speaking to you. Tell me.
What happened?
I should have done better.
What happened?
Okay. What happened?
Peter was our missing stair, and everybody else knew, but I was slow to catch on. He liked to give girls drugs. He'd make videos sometimes. He said it was consensual. But sometimes the girls would wake up and they didn't know what had happened.
Fuck, Eric.
By the time I found out, it was old news, you know, and I told myself, it's just a scene. There's lots of drugs and sex going on, and you know, Ava was attracted to Peter. Peter knew who all the bands were. Ava wanted to make a name for herself. She was very impressed by him, okay? So
How old was Ava?
she said she was 18, but she wasn't.
Ooh.
So Ava accused Peter, and everybody took sides, and I told myself that I needed to be impartial, and I let her down.
Yeah, you didn't protect her?
What was I supposed to do, David? Call the police?
Yeah.
Yeah. They're already looking for any excuse to take us down. I couldn't do that. I didn't even have any facts. I just...
Wow. This guy Peter's...
I told myself it was a private matter between two people.
Wow.
It was a one-off, and I just didn't want to see a pattern there.
Wow. Bystander syndrome.
Now, Peter is trying to be a good man.
Wow.
And you, I mean.
What about me?
Well, he's still out there walking the street, so I'm not so sure. But I mean, how are you going to make this right?
I don't think I can make this right, David. Not now.
Hey, Falcon. How are you?
Well, brother, it's never too late.
Ooh.
You know?
Wow.
I gotta smoke.
No, not in here. Gotta smoke up on the roof. I'll go with you. My landlord's got rules about smoking.
Great.
I'm glad you're like madness times. This guy Peter's a piece of work. This is 2-1. I feel like our guy David is a little violent sometimes. We haven't hit the wall yet. No, not yet. But it's all madness. David learns Peter abused Ava. Oh, someone came to check in on Karen. That's true. So this is now, these two conversations are part of each other. And this is the next day where he's thinking about how he wants to beat up Peter. I don't know. I wonder how they mark how much time has passed in this game. Is it kind of based on real time or how many videos you've seen? That would be my question.
Hey, boo. You not coming over tonight?
Talking to Ava. The secret is that there's no time limit. It's just the mess with your... But there is. There's totally a time limit.
No, I'm pretty tired too. And I got an early start tomorrow, so...
Look, I want ice cream.
Yeah. You're okay, right, with me hanging out with the organizing group?
Organizing group. What are they called?
I mean, I wasn't talking about Eric, actually. Because you don't like his friend Peter, do you? Okay. Is there anything I should know?
I'll make sure you stop early. Yeah, I'm gonna make sure that
Want me to hang out with you while you sleep?
Yeah, there's this clock in the game start bar. Also, they'll deliver ice cream. I'm gonna get an ice cream sundae.
Looks like I've got some competition. Oh, hey, Worm. Hey, are you putting the moves on my girl, bro?
Worm? Oh, stuffed animal. Now I'm craving ice cream from a specific place in Boston now.
But I can do things for Ava that you can't.
Uh-oh. Neo, when are you getting here? Are you actually going to come up here? Into, like, the coronavirus...
That's a kid's toy, you pervert.
Central? Are you actually coming up?
Wait, you just said it's ungendered. Yeah.
I'm concerned about this.
Yeah, no big surprise that the radioactive glow-in-the-dark bug wasn't entirely harmless.
I mean, who knows what's going to happen? Boston is a
So when do
breakout
I get to
scene.
meet your mom?
Mom? He's getting super deep in this, like... I don't know about this guy, David. I think he's got a kind of protector complex, you know?
High stakes.
Seems to me.
But I hear Florida's nice, though. Okay.
Mom.
Good night, Worm.
We need to discuss. Yeah, no, I think David does have issues. I think it seems to me like he clearly has some kind of like protector syndrome thing, yeah. And also, and we're also gonna put down, David talks to Ava about Peter. Well, he is FBI. He may have gone into the job to fill his hero martyr complex. Yeah, no, Sal, I actually think that's probably true. That's part of my feeling. Like, he seems like he's got this, yes, Sal, I'm with you. His mustache grows over his lip in a way that disturbs me personally. Oh, I think so too. I think he's trying to look, you know, like a dirty hippie. Bad mustache. Oh, Hrothgar, get me some mustache wax that smells amazing, by the way.
Howdy.
I got a refund on eBay purchase that didn't go through.
Billy was sick today, so I had to work both shifts. And, of course, it's National Record Store Day, so I didn't get
Chinese.
a moment to myself. I mean, who needs that much reissued Madonna vinyl?
Maybe. We don't know.
Come over if you want them. With Eric. Yeah, Eric's a friend.
She's got 3 dots.
He used to tease me because my grandma scabbed at the Axel strike, but he's a serious guy.
She's got 3 dots on her eye. I've noticed that.
Fuck Peter. He's a dick, that's all. He's a dick. No, it's okay. I've got my glowworm with me tonight.
Do you see the three?
Cute, ungendered, and it doesn't take up all the space in the bed.
Do you see the 3 dots in her eye?
Hey, David.
Yeah, I'm not going to give the POTUS Chinese food. He doesn't deserve
Your girl. I've been with Ava since she was 12. We go way back. You're the new guy.
Like, I wonder if those dots are...
Ooh, you want to bet? I'm 12 inches of ribbed plastic, and I'm warm. Yeah, but he's seen me turn from girl to woman. You know, he's seen it all.
Like, I've noticed this before, but like, I wonder what...
You know, they discontinued these because they're made of, like, toxic plastic or something. So my mom got them real cheap.
Like, I wonder what they are. It's probably on this eye, though.
Yeah, I think she figured that I wouldn't try and eat it, so... If you want to treat us to plane tickets to Florida, I can arrange something. But I'm warning you. If you meet my mom and she doesn't like you, it's like over.
I know, Ava is adorable and she does deserve better. This is so terrible. Like, she's great.
Yeah, that's where people go to die ordinary.
And like, she's dating some undercover dude who's using her to get in close with like blah
At
blah.
night.
Don't search Florida. Don't do it. Now, actually, now I feel like I have to search Florida for you, Anio. For you. Glowworm. Doesn't David's kid have a glowworm? Oh, glowworm. We should probably search for worm. Some secret should remain hidden, says Anio. It's okay if POTUS isn't afraid of Chinese food, obviously. He's afraid of any European food. Send him spaghetti. So this is, Peter and mom in Florida. So 2/14 is the next date we have, and we don't actually have anything between 2/14 and 3/3. So this is filling in things in the middle that we don't really know much about. So let's see.
Now
So what do we got here? I need to find out more about this Peter situation.
Hey, boo.
Oh, he's talking to Ava.
Look, Ava, Eric told me what he did to you, okay?
We need the other half of this conversation.
Well, he told me that he drugged you, and then he made videos. Why could you tell me this? No, what Peter did was wrong, and he belongs in prison, okay? Okay, but what if Peter still has those tapes, Ava?
Tapes?
No, nobody's pressing charges, and I'm not getting arrested, okay? I was protecting you.
Okay. Your wireless disconnected? Why? Yeah, he's got a weird protector thing that's connected to violence. It's probably connected to his FBI-ness. Arrested. Charges. Maybe those could work.
You didn't open it. Open it.
Open what? Maybe open?
Open it.
Open, maybe? Yeah, I don't like how, like, it's like, yes, Javai, I'm totally with you. That you don't, Javai doesn't like how...
Valentine's, and I thought it'd be fun for us to start living together. Or at least for you to feel comfortable to call my place your home. So.
Valentine's. Keys. Probably. Javai doesn't like how controlling he is, and I yeah. And the fact that he feels powerless in this whole situation, and he sort of makes it about himself. Yeah, Falcon. And then Neo...
I know you are. And you deserve to be, okay? You deserve everything in this world, Ava. You know?
Hasty Spider.
And you deserve sesame tofu and Singapore noodles if you want to come by for dinner tonight.
Sesame tofu.
Yeah.
Hasty Spider. Well, the meeting was to organize an event, but all of my campus is being shut down, so no more events, it looks like. Oh.
Jesus, you're a fucking cat.
There's a cat. There's a cat. There's a cat. Hello, cat. Hello, cat. Oh, hey, look at that. This was 214. Oh, cat. Oh, cat. You messed up all my stuff, cat. Game called on a cat of cat. So that was 214, right? Valentine's Day. 214:18. David talks to Ava about him beating up Peter and asks her to move in. Yeah, that cat made me jump too. And, well, the cat did that. So let's find out what the search will give us with the cat search. What's your cat search? No matches. That's sad. I was hoping I'd get some cat searches there. Let's do Valentine's Day, maybe? Oh, hey. Okay. Oh, this is awkward, everybody. We're gonna have to come back to Valentine, but this guy is a piece of work. Let's go keys. If not keys, let's do key. How about open? Okay. Nope. It's a lot of balls that came in the air on Valentine's Day. Yeah, we're gonna have to come back to that one. I find it kind of interesting that she's running these searches from her apartment. Yeah, I am being nice. Your place. Yeah, she's on this special secret VPN. So open is interesting, but I'm gonna go back to, I want to go with maybe drugs. Drug. There are a lot of things here. How about charges? No. Arrest. I want to get the other half of that conversation. What do we need to get that conversation? Box? Maybe? Oh, whoa. Who is this person? Sorry. I'm trying to find out what the other, look, I'm trying to get the other half of that conversation where he asked her to move in. And so I'm doing all these random searches and they're getting me things that now I have to look into them. And I'm sorry, but apparently I have to do that now because unless she's using Nerdvin doesn't even count. How else can you avoid getting simu sliced? It's also 310. Oh, it's 310. Ugh. All right, so this is 425:18, and we're going to search this and find out what this is. Okay, so this, by the way, this is the day. Okay, hey, this is interesting. 425/2018. On 423, Mike says, right, about Mike's like, you have to do the exit plan. You haven't done it. You've got to do it. And he's like, no. And he's getting desperate and weird to the French cam girl, and she bans him on the 23rd. The 24th, Karen shows up at his meeting and is all like, hey, I'm your ex, right? And hey, Polished Cryptid. And then on the 24th, the 25th, Ava is arrested. So this is the day that Ava is arrested. So we should find out what is happening here.
Ambitious.
Okay. This is, you know what, Polished? I've got a whole, keeping my notes. All right, what is this? What is this? I feel like this is Karen, right? I feel like, Javai, that this is Karen.
Hey, hun.
Karen?
The operation is to extract you and give you a credible story. Personal drama is one way to do that. Mike has more experience of this stuff in his little
Yeah.
pinky than we do in our whole bodies, okay? He has a long perspective. He sees the future.
Before we go on, if you look at the board behind her, so sorry, on the right end it says something a green storm, black kite, right? So I see two people there. Then above them I'm seeing more black kite people. Names I can't really place, but it says something like organizing group. So organizing group is the group that we should probably do a search on. And then over on this other side, there's clearly David and Ava. There's the boat that they sort of hang out on. And then above them it says something center. So this is like clearly the people that they're searching on. Phase, oh, it does. Yeah. Yes. Sorry. Levi says phase 4 Greenstorm, and yes, because that there clearly says phase 3 organizing committee, phase 2 getting David and Ava to hook up. So phase 1 is something center. So it looks like phase 1 is some kind of thing that before the game starts. And the person that has the crown on them is David, right? Who's probably Prince Charming, right? There's a whole, right? Okay, so it looks like we're seeing their operation up there in the background, and I find this very fascinating.
Do you want to continue this at your apartment? Listen, I'm sympathetic. It's hard to build up a cover like this and then say goodbye to it. Or her. Do you know how many people I've slept with to establish a cover story? I've been this close to lodging an internal complaint on this mission, but I don't want to slow my career down, and Mike's the kingmaker. If the public ever caught wind of what we've been doing here, is that what it'll take to get you out? Does Emma know you're screwing your mark? Oh, I don't have one, David. Ambitious female agents don't get to tick that box.
Wow. This game.
Bellevue Lake. That place has terrible coffee. Fidelity, integrity, bravery, terrible coffee.
Bellevue Lake. I like Karen too. I like Karen too. Also, clearly we need to search for Bellevue Lake to get the other half of this conversation. Yeah. So besides the little girl who met someone not terrible, the wife doesn't seem terrible. 424. 425, Ava arrested. David and Karen talk, and Ava isn't terrible either, talk about getting him out. Yeah, I don't think the cam girl's terrible. Yeah, to be honest, it's mostly David that is terrible. Shabbat is correct. Yes. We're going to see this scene here from 6/24/18. This is a date that we don't really have a lot about. So this is like 2 months after Ava is arrested and David and Kara talk about him getting out. And this is a month before some debrief about his death. Well, the FBI is terrible in general. Well, yeah. So let's see what we have here, because I want to try to figure out what's happening in this. Like, I've got some questions, right? I've got some questions about this. I just feel like this is emotionally, like, I don't know about you all, but like this is emotionally this game, like it's getting me in emotional spaces because I want to know like what happens to these people's relationships, what is going on. All right. What is going on here?
Hi, sweetie. Yes, I'm just going through all her old things to see if there's anything special we want to keep. Yeah. Hey, you know, she had a lot of photos of you. She really loved you.
Okay, she's talking to her daughter.
This is my room that I lived in when I was your age. These are all my old tennis trophies.
Okay.
Maybe you'll win some of these yourself someday.
So she's back at her mom's house, her childhood
She
home.
was happiest when I was a little girl. She always loved to remember that.
Okay, did mom die?
How so? Oh.
Past tense, yeah, polished.
Well, you remember to tell them that you don't like that, okay? Don't let them push you around. Where are we going? Oh, no, sweetheart, it's okay.
Oh, she doesn't, yeah, their relationship is strained.
Hey, it's okay. Just clearing out all of Mama's old crap. She kept everything. She has all my old yearbooks.
Yep.
It feels invasive, going through all her private stuff, her bedroom. I don't know, it's just all personal things, like her underwear, her hairbrushes, her diaries.
I feel like her and David are in a complicated space.
No. Hi, everyone.
What is this?
Did you really need to do that? You told me you were going to have a quiet weekend at home. Now you're showing off my kid for all your work buddies.
Okay.
The weather's always nice in California.
California.
Look, I got a lot of boxes I gotta fill. I gotta go.
Yeah. Shots fired at the player, Sal. This is do you like don't you feel like there's a lot going on here? Like their relationship's not in a good space. Emma is cleaning out her mother's home. I'm gonna do that search for Bellevue Lake or Bellevue because I think we might be able to get the other half of that conversation right now. Yep. Because I want to know that conversation with Karen because I actually want more Karen in my life. So, I mean,
Off the highway.
I want you to know that I just want more Karen conversations. I want to know more about what's going on with her. So she's also an FBI agent. She was sort of tasked to help him get extracted, but I think his character dies. His legend. Did we do legend? I don't know if we did. Okay, so, and the thing is, David's doing a lot of stuff on his own. I don't know. I think that might be the first time a black man has ever said, I need more Karen in my life. Sal, I mean, I don't know. Maybe sometimes you do. I do. I want to know what's happening.
Nah, don't do that. Okay, don't do that. What you did yesterday was totally unprofessional. You could have blown up the whole operation.
Yeah, he's going native.
Mike does not understand the situation on the ground. No, I don't. Okay, if you come over here, someone is gonna smell a rat. Okay, do you get it?
That's not what. It's awkward.
Excuse me? What are you implying? Just stop. That is totally different. Okay. Wait, what are you saying? Are you threatening me? Is that a threat? Is that a threat? Because the Bureau will kill the story. What we do is protected. You get it? Do I ask you about your family?
She's like, I don't have a family.
Listen, we're gonna meet at a diner off the highway at Bellevue Lake in 1 hour. We're gonna talk, and if anyone sees us, you're gonna slap me and storm out. Do you get it? Yeah. Well, fidelity, bravery, integrity, terrible coffee.
This is very tense, and I know we have a whole situation with terrorism to think about, but I thought we could, maybe just... Oh, what was that? That was 4:25. Ava's arrested. David and Karen talk about him getting out, and they arrange to meet at a diner. So then this is, what is this? 11:27. It is. Some of them are longer, but some of them you don't have. Sometimes you can fast forward through, and then we can chat. So this is 11:27, which is after their Thanksgiving and knowing about mom having dementia, but before David learns about Peter. So we'll figure out what this is. Oh, you think it's based on video time? Oh. Oh. Where are we? Okay. 3:27. So we'll see, right?
Hi.
But apparently, if you fast forward, it doesn't take up as much time.
Diner. In my favorite booth.
Okay, diner. Who?
You know me, I'm a talker.
So, who is he? Who do you think he's talking to? His wife? No. Maybe?
Okay. Good game.
Who do you think he's talking to right now? I think you're probably right, Krellin. This is probably Ava. I want to know if what happens to him and his wife. What is he doing?
Hi.
What is this? What is this? Yeah, like what's going on here? Who's he talking to on the phone? Is it the same person he's... I don't know, everybody. Like, there's something...
You do this a lot with your customers?
Oh, this is Cam Girl. This is Cam Girl. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna put another word, customer and phone. Yeah. Why is he on the phone with her? Do you think we can find the other half of this conversation? Maybe if I search for phone? Yeah, I think she's doing a live show and calling him. Or... like, that's... right, I have a... yeah, is that what's happening right now?
I killed a man once.
I'm gonna put the word kill down. Because maybe that will get us something.
But this wasn't part of the job.
Whoa! Wait, what?
Agents, you draw your weapon, you have to shoot to kill. It's just special like that. Most agents go their whole career without ever having to, but...
yeah, is he?
Personal.
But you...
abusive asshole. And he didn't die at first. He was shot into the lung, so he drowned in his own blood.
What if he killed... what if this is not Peter, and he killed someone else?
Let him die.
Wow. Like...
he deserved to die.
Wow. Okay. Wow. What if this is not Peter? What if this is some other person that he shot and killed?
Okay. Your turn. All right? I want you to tell me something you never told anyone before.
But I thought he only beat up Peter. That's the thing, Krillin. I thought he only beat up Peter. And also, I think this conversation happens too early.
Okay.
We'll have to check the dates. But what is this guy up to? Who is this man? What's going on in his mind? Like, this is very... what do you... Well, she bans him in the end, so that doesn't work out for him. Yeah, and... Because is he... He's a dirtbag FBI agent who thinks he's protected the country by lying, stealing, killing... Yeah, well, that sounds about right, Krellin. And, like, messing with people's lives? Like, I don't... I'm going to fast forward since it's a lot of him just sort of listening to this conversation. And I want to know what she's saying, right? Like, I want to know what this other side of the conversation is. Because, right? I mean... Ooh! Hey, Jabai. I assume she's not in sexy clothing right now, right? Since he's... I mean... No? Yes. I mean, she's got to be fully dressed. There's like a diner lady here. I mean, what's worse? Watching hot stuff in public or admitting to murder? That's a question. Yeah, it's true. He's not there for the sexy performances. He's there for the emotional intimacy. Yeah. He's there for the emotional intimacy. I think he's there to have some kind of... I think he's there for the therapy, right? You know what I mean? He's confessing to murder and worried people are going to see the scantily clothed woman on his laptop hovering 18 inches off the table. So I need the other half of that conversation. This is 11/27. All right, so this is date-wise. What is this? This is talking to Max about murdering someone in a diner. It looks, no, see, this conversation is before. So here's the thing. This conversation is before he learned that Peter abused Ava. He doesn't find out about that until a couple months later. So he's murdered someone else. He's murdered some people, this guy. Her rates probably aren't high enough to compensate for the emotional labor. I think that is 100% true, Kylan. So he's murdered more than one person. If we did diner. What if we do, kill? How about, like, there's some interesting things here, but how about, oh, wait a minute. No, different date. How about, we did kill, how about phone or call? Shot might be good. Oh, we got it. Everybody. We got it. This one right here. This is it. I'm very worried. I also don't know what this is. So this is the 27th. So this is this. Let's find out what's going on with this. And like, why are they on the phone? What is happening? I've got many questions. All right, sexy French cam girl who likes to sleep on cam.
Where are you? This is your way of making sure we don't do anything sexy.
That's interesting.
Oh, yes.
Right?
You are a talker.
I think she wants to do...
For a few extra dollars, we can talk on the phone. It's much more intimate.
Huh. Interesting. I think that she wants to do sexy times with him to make it less intimate. Do you know what I mean? Don't you think? Don't you think? I think that she thinks that if they can do the sexy times, then it's actually less intimate than this kind of intense conversation, and that's why she keeps wanting to do the sexy times. Yeah, thank you, Polished. Exactly. Like, let's get back to work. Exactly. Oh, Polished. We should talk about a stream. Spring break's coming up for me. Yeah, she knows he's getting attached. Yeah, exactly. She wants to... I think she wants to manage this situation. Yeah, totally. Sal says, I just got my census stuff sent to me. Feels weird to click mail already. Because they asked for sex and not gender, and also didn't have a third radio button. And how the hell are intersex people supposed to react? Yeah.
This is nice. It's like we are real boyfriend and girlfriend. And when I breathe into here, does it make the hair on the back of your neck stand up? And other parts, of course.
Yeah. Yeah. It's interesting that she keeps trying to go like for the sexy times, and he's like, no, I'm going to talk about killing somebody. Like, this is, they've got such a weird relationship.
Only with my favorites.
Yeah.
Now that we have this more intimate connection, we should make use of it. Why don't you tell me something you've never told anyone else? Something bad.
Okay. Like, you know, but I also like that all these interactions are still affirming about him paying her, right? Like,
come on. Come on.
Streamers and overly attached subscribers, the horror story. Yeah. Was he even wearing earphones? No, it looked like he was just... She's fishing for kinks. He comes back with murder. Krellin, I think that's true, actually, yeah. Yeah. She's not even French. She's just like, yeah. Yeah, I've killed somebody. I'm telling you, random sexy cam girl, this story, because that's not at all creepy or intimidating.
Surprise me. Or
seen as aggressive and shocking. Yeah. So, like, now we're getting the story about her. That doesn't... yes, it did. Oh, I get what she is. Tell me, Krellin. Wait. Tell me. Oh, she's the one he can be real with. Yeah, that's right. That's true.
Right or wrong, you are the guy holding the gun.
And she also challenges him, I think, which is interesting. Right? That when he's like, I did this thing, he deserved it, and she's like, I don't know if he did. Like, she is... We've had a couple conversations where she pushes back, even though there's this sort of customer-client thing going on.
Well, I've never killed anyone. How about the time I lose my virginity?
She knows he's an agent on assignment. He can talk about this stuff he can't talk to Ava or Emma about.
I was working in the courthouse to help my father out. He was a judge.
Okay, we talked to Mike. Yeah.
Kept everyone in order. It was a very hot summer in Paris, and everyone was a little crazy.
So this is really...
I was wearing the perfume of my mother.
So this is interesting.
Which my father said was inappropriate for the daytime.
Look at her facial expression. She's just done with this shit. And there's...
And that was when I met Max.
She knows he's an agent, but she doesn't believe he is.
Attracted to him.
So, wait, sorry, pardon me. So here's what's really fascinating about this story. So she's telling him this intimate story, right, about losing her virginity when she's in Paris with her father, But we know from later that she's not actually French at all. So this story is not a real story. She is telling him a fantasy, right? So this is this is a fantasy of who, right? This is like, she's telling a story that she thinks he's going to want to hear, right?
He had thick wrists, strong hands, with scars he said he got from knife fights.
I do think that she's telling
There was
lies,
a
Sal.
cop trying to blackmail him. Max suggested I proposition the officer, so I did. I took him to a room and let him have me.
Interesting language choices.
He used his necktie to tie my hands. He smelled of cigarettes and cheap aftershave.
I don't think that David was lying about murdering that guy.
He fucked me like he was hungry for it.
That's true. She did come up with this because he's a super secret agent.
He done with the camera. He waited till the cop was finished, and then he jumped out.
Yeah.
He threatened to show the video to my father, and the cop stopped making trouble.
Yeah, and she's trying to turn it into a cheap titillation sex again because she wants to do the sex work, not the emotional labor. Yeah.
He let me keep the necktie.
Yeah, I totally agree, Sal.
I've never told this story to anyone before.
I'm sorry. He believes her, she doesn't believe him, but is starting to realize that this is dangerous. Yeah.
You better drink. You look thirsty.
Yeah. Did we do French? I've never told this story to anyone before because you literally just made it up. Yes. Yes. Like, I wonder what she thinks about him. Like, how much she believes the things he says. Because maybe she does believe him. Maybe she doesn't. I don't know. Maybe she only half believe him? Oh, thank you, Volpez. Thank you. Yeah, I have a lot of questions. So this is 11/28, the day after, and I do not recognize this at all, so I feel like we could figure out. I wonder if these codes mean anything.
Please remember to...
I don't think she believes him one whit, not from reading her facial expressions. I think she doesn't care whether he's telling the truth or not. Her performance doesn't change. That's very interesting. Oh, winter recital. Oh, okay. Oh, that's right, because he can't see the...
The intermission's over and Alba's up after this. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, look, here's your seat. Oh, she's nervous, but she knows the music. Oh, look, here they come. Here they come.
Yeah, which is why she blocks him when he tries to make it real. Yeah.
Welcome back to the second half of our main...
Wait. Sal says people are usually dialed in and attentive when they're talking to someone they might actually, they think might actually be dangerous. Says Sal. They think might actually be dangerous. Krellin says, like, his stories don't affect her performance and all this is just performance for her. The Thanksgiving recital.
I hope you're refreshed. Please remember to keep your cell phones off or silent for the duration and no flash photography. First up, we have Emily Davis from Class 3B. She will be playing the Garland Waltz by Tchaikovsky.
Then there's times when she does look a bit freaked out. It's true, right? Like I'm wanting to sort of know more about what's going on in her life. She doesn't think he's actually dangerous to her, though, Sal, because it's remote and she's the one in control of the camera. Yeah, she seems to have this sort of sense of, she seems to feel in control. Oh. We think that his marriage has fallen apart, right? Like, we think that. Oh, I didn't search for marriage. I know that I'm not searching for terrorist-related things. I understand that, and I realize that that is, you know, a thing, and that maybe I should be searching for more terrorist-related things, perchance. But don't you want to know don't you want to know more about, and I haven't searched for Maxine?
Thanks, Emily. Next up, we have Alba Smith from 2B. Alba will be playing Twinkle Twinkle Little Star by Mozart.
Hello, Alba. Aww. Yeah, Kara just wants the juicy bits. Oh. Okay. I want to know more about the side characters. David is way more mature than they are. This is true. So this will be, we'll call this, what is this? 1128? I know, poor kid. 1128, let's say 18, and we'll call this Winter Recital. If Karen wanted to know about the terrorist stuff, she could just read the after action report. She isn't here for that story. This isn't what she cares about. I agree. I think she's like, here's the question. Do you think David's alive? Do you think he's dead? Do you know what I mean? Like, I mean, he could maybe be dead by now. I mean, I don't know. Okay. I mean, I don't know, right? Like, for all I know. By the way, I keep searching for I have this massive list of search terms that we could go for, and I keep not searching for them. I keep searching for other things, and I worry about myself. So 7/15, July the 15th, this is after the wife is cleaning out the mom's home. This is... Okay, so this is late. Maybe we can find out more about whether or not they're super divorced at this point in time. I don't know. We will find out. But writing down the search term is giving you the same emotional hit as actually doing the search. Maybe. I don't need to know the info.
I wasn't finished.
Oh.
I need you to understand the rules going forward.
Okay.
She managed just fine without you for a year. Recitals, first teeth, you were fine missing all that.
Yeah.
How? How have you protected me?
Protect?
Go on, say it. You killed a man.
What?
No, we murdered him, and it wasn't to protect me.
We?
And you've never laid a hand on me. Yeah, well, you didn't have to, did you? Because that's what the gun and the badge are for.
Whoa. Whoa.
You really earned your wings that day. Didn't you? You got your gun off. You had your first blood. They really toasted you back at the field office for that one.
Wait, what? Whoa. Okay. This is... I need to know what's happening here. I need the other half of this conversation.
You waited in your car outside before you came in. I never told you that.
What?
But I want you to know that I knew.
Whoa. I don't think they've talked about this, but I need the other half of this conversation. I think protected maybe will get us there. Wait, sorry. Because something real bad is going on in this conversation. Yeah, I think we got it right here. This is it. So 7/15, 18. Emma confronts David about murder. Okay, here we go. Okay. Yeah, this is okay. Okay, here we go. Here we go, everybody. I don't even know.
I thought you.
Wait, sorry. Okay.
I thought you. Don't you get? Alba needs me.
Yeah, this is bad, everyone.
Okay, you need me. I've always protected you.
This guy's not a good guy.
Yeah, I killed a man to protect you.
Yeah, because he's out of his...
He hurt you. No, I've never. Why are you doing this now?
Okay. Yeah.
Just stop. It was a clean shooting.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I think I know what's happening here.
Why now?
Mm-hmm. Emma is smart. Yeah. So it seems to me like there was some bad person. Yeah. So it seems to me like what happened was that sometime way back in the day, maybe early in the relationship or whatever, some guy was attacking her in her house, in her apartment. He comes in and shoots this guy, and that's part of the guy that he shot that like died slowly because he got in the lung. But she said that he knew that he was waiting outside and was waiting, and he didn't come in right away. So it sounds like he could have stopped what happened to her earlier, but waited so he could be more of a savior and a protector. So this guy clearly has got some serious sketch-tastic, like so sketch-tastic issues. Like the level of sketch-tasticness is, we're gonna call this like a breakup conversation. Yeah. Should we go with like savior maybe? No, that's not how you spell savior. Savior probably has a U in it. Do we do like maybe knight? Oh, well, we do have. Sounds like David, to be honest, doesn't surprise me. No, it doesn't surprise me at all. I just did knight, by the way, and I have come up with 4 hits, and we're almost at 4 in the morning. Ugh, you're right. Oh my gosh. You're right. We can't look at these right now. We can't. Can we? Wait. Oh gosh. Look, there's this conversation right here that's connected to the one we just saw. Oh, ice cream. Okay. All right. No, we're going to keep this search up night, and we're not going to look at it right now. Okay. All right. Can we? All right. I'm going to, gonna shut it down. We're going to come back to night later because that looks really interesting. Yeah, we're going to log out. It's fine. Here we go. Pressing buttons. Okay, look. I'm going to get ice cream. Like, I just want you to know that that is a thing that's going to happen. I'm going to go get ice cream. I'm going to order ice cream right about now. But look, I'm having feelings about the game right now. I wish Paladin Hulk were here right now, because Paladin Hulk was like, I searched for bomb, bridge. And I was like, right, I have yet to search for either bomb or bridge. And look, I know that I need to do that. Like, I understand that I do need to search for those things. Like, I need to search for like convergence, organizing group, black kite, green storm, Riordan, like there are a bunch of terrorist things I need to search for. Devil Korean, Levi says PH saw completely different videos, right? Like I feel like so I looked it up. I found a space that mentioned there are 170 videos, by the way, and you only have a limited amount of time to watch videos, so I don't think you can watch them all on in one go. Sea Spider says, on this stream, we're all about the drama. Like, don't you want, like, we just found out that he killed a man in a way that was like super, and she basically admitted that she feels sort of intimidated by his like badge and gun thing, even though he never hurt her, but like whatever. And like, don't you like, I just, like, I need to know more about this situation. Like I need to know, so are you playing this for the rest of the year? Is what I just heard. Anyone else? Well, no, but I can't because we have a time limit on this game. The game times you out. It times you out. You don't get to watch videos forever. You run out of time. And I think it's because she runs out of time. I think Karen runs out of time, and then we don't get all the videos. Vulpa says, like I said, just do another playthrough going for terrorism. This is the interpersonal ending playthrough. I suppose that's fair. Paladin just played another game. Yeah, he apparently played a different game than we did. I don't know. I wish he were here to talk about it because that's so interesting to me. But like, I really, really, really want to know what happened to Ava. Like, we need to find out more about Ava. We need to find out how we can find out. We need to find out how to actually find out what happened to Peter, and why he was beat up. Like we need to find out about Sleepy. Like there's like we have 4 pages of search terms that we need to. We're not going to get all of them. This is terrible. That's all. I just heard chat hack the game and give me all the videos. I believe in some of you. I want, like, we should probably go back to Valentine's. We should probably look for tofu. We haven't done tofu yet. We haven't done apartment. Maybe tennis. Like, I think we did diner. Like, I have Sleepy and the rest of the dwarves. Yeah, like I actually, right. Because of, yes, Sleepy and the rest of the dwarves. Because clearly there's a lot of, like, and we really haven't, like, it's right now staring us in the brain. All of this fairy tale stuff is all up front. We haven't really done searches for the fairy tale stuff yet. And we clearly need to do that because, and here's the thing, if I remember correctly, which was one of the first videos we saw, it was him that's basically sort of put the fairy tales as the code words. I don't think it was Mike that started. I think because he was like, we'll call you Prince Charming, and Mike's like, I'm not into it. And so clearly he's got some kind of weird fairy tale, like savior complex, and like clearly that's a thing. Oh, to be able to do that, to be clear. Pseudo app, get all the videos. No one wants tofu, or are you just no? Because I just researched Bomb Bridge, but you don't know anything about tofu. Levi, this is what I mean. That's all. We don't even know. Look, here's what's going on, everybody. I'm like, we just got some bombs here. Not like terrorist bombs, but like drama truth bombs. And we had a lot today going on in this game. And I don't... how are we going to find out what happened? People, when we come back, drama bomb, ice cream. Drama bombs are the most insidious. Drama bombs, we need drama bomb to solve the drama bombs. And we need to come back and like, we need to search for like Valentine. We need to go through that. We have to go through Night. We have to do Sleepy. We've got to find out about like Eric and Chris and all these people. Yeah, I am. I'm taking notes so that I can maybe remember which terms I've done and a little bit easier. I don't know how you all are feeling. I don't know how you're feeling right now, but I'm feeling like this was super intense and David, like, I don't think we've done Killer, have we? I don't think we've done Killer or something like. Okay, that's it. I'm gonna go get ice cream. But let me tell you what's happening next, because today's Thursday. So in an hour, 50 minutes, I'll be hosting Critical Role. If you want to watch Critical Role on my channel, hang out. We can chat together. Also on Friday, which is tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern, episode 2 of City of Light and Shadow. And I'm very excited to see what happens with that. Our cast is probably going to get into trouble. Well, they're already in trouble. They've got Nazis in the front and a flyer in the back, and I'm stuck in the middle with you. We're gonna do that. And then Saturday will be at noon is the Outer Worlds. Sunday I have a guest stream. Wait, sounds like Trooper has warped this game into something it may not have meant to be. Of course it's meant to be that. What are you talking about? Like, oh. So we can see if Fjord is dead for good. Yes. 8 p.m. I think. I cannot see my calendar. 5-year anniversary for Critical Role. No way. Ooh. I believe at 8 p.m. on Sunday at Other Doc. I think I cannot see my calendar right now because of the way. Actually, you know what? I probably can. Hold on. I can do this. No, I can't. I don't even know what's happening in my life. Anyway, yes, somebody can see my calendar I cannot see it. But I will be at 8 p.m. on Sunday. I will be doing I'll be guest starring in Ghosts of Saltmaw. No. I'll be guesting in a D&D game, and that'll be 8 p.m. on Sunday. And that is this week. Next week is spring break, where I'll be working on making all of my, it's not Salt Marsh, it's Salt Maw. So it's not Ghosts of Salt Marsh, it's something of Salt Maw, which I think is maybe part of the Ghosts of Salt Marsh book, but it's something slightly different. That's what I'm gonna do. Thank you. 7 to 10 p.m. for the Friday game, 8 to something on the Sunday game. And that's the thing is, I don't have access to my hold on. I can just tell you. I feel like you're looking at me, so I feel like you will know. Hold on. Wait. Don't give me a second. Twitch. That's not how you spell Twitch. Twitch.tv/me SJP. I will put the host on probably at like 5 till. All right. So where is it? Ghosts of Saltmaw on Other Doc, 8 p.m. Eastern. That is where I'll be on Sunday, 8 to 11 Sunday. So I will be hosting. I'm going to throw up the host probably like 5 or so minutes before the show starts. And yeah, so in about like 45 minutes, maybe about so. That's what's up. So come and hang out. And thank you, Jer. I've got some socials. You can follow if you like, or subscribe also if you like. You can join the Discord. Please do. We're very friendly. And when I will put what my other name is when I make it for streaming my queer pop class, if you want to lurk on one of my classes. And I also have got a Twitter. Academic Foxhole. You can hang out there if you like. You can also support me on, well, you can support my RPG shows on Patreon at Academic Foxhole, and you can find the archive of all of this stuff on YouTube at Trooper SJP. So that is all of the excitement. My calendar's up on the show. It's all updated, and that's it. Don't get coronavirus. That is my don't get coronavirus. If you do get coronavirus, hydrate and take care of yourself. So I will see you all in about 45 minutes. I'm gonna go and order some ice cream from my phone right now, and then ice cream is gonna be delivered, and I'm going to eat it. Like that's a true fact. So take care of everybody. I'm gonna go and keep thinking about telling lies. I'm gonna keep thinking about that for a while. So take care of yourself, and I will catch you all on the flip side. Bye, everybody.